Hello, my name is TJ Dunphy, U.S. Marine, Major, LDO. I served for over 28 years and I'm now retired. My injury occurred on my second tour on Okinawa. The first one was after the war, Vietnam that is. Second one I went back was a tumultuous time, 1976. We were in a small micro car, two Americans, and we were hit, unfortunately, by a Japanese lady that was driving an American car. So we did not have science on our side. We were outmassed. We caromed off of the front of her, went airborne, vertical, and went I don't know how many feet, and then crashed down. So that was the impact. We were evacuated to the hospital. Sometime after that, regained consciousness in the ER. And then fortunately, 7 to 10 days later, was able to walk out of the hospital. Back in '76, nobody really diagnosed a head injury problem. I was able to get back to work after a period of light duty. And it was important to continue my career, get back to work, had a family to support, mission to support. And if I was in pain, carry on, get the job done. Unfortunately, when I went to retire, to document my problems on my retirement physical, there was no sufficient record of my brain injury to support my claim against the Veterans Affairs. The pain persisted, I had difficulties, had MRIs, but never got a diagnosis. So I've been on meds ever since. Even though some things are under control, it was time to get help. It's been a period of frustration by not knowing really what the injury is, when the next period of pain will be, and how to resolve it. It's living with the unknown. So that does add stress to the life, to my family situation. Fortunately now I'm fully retired, so I can explore other options. Pain that I've had, the onset is mainly like a spike, like a 9-inch nail, being driven into the right side of the head, almost like a lightning bolt. The pain radiates down the side of the face, and it can be pretty debilitating. It could be brief, or it can last for a couple of seconds. It can happen anytime. I could be reading a book, watching TV, or working. So there's no really known trigger of when this is going to happen. Sometimes I'll feel the pressure build up, or sometimes it'll just come out of the blue. So it's pretty unnerving to have to deal with that and have to be aware that things can go haywire. The picture that I showed you is actually an art therapy project that was initiated by the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina. And the project is called Unmasking Brain Injury. Our support group leader, it took her quite a bit to convince me to sit down and do this project. Once I agreed to do the project, it took me over a year to actually sit down and create the mask, because it brought up all the emotions involved with the injury. I've had problems throughout my life expressing my emotions. It's not something that I can do easily. The turning point in this was hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Since I was now fully retired, I had the time available and could commit myself to the program. The treatment in the chamber is called a dive, although you don't really feel that you're descending. You only get really a minor sensation of pressure when you're clearing your ears. So the chamber is really quite comfortable. There's just a sensation of a little bit of pressure on the ears, you clear that, but you're not really like on a recreational dive feeling pressure on the rest of the body. I have the tendency of falling asleep very easily. I was quite comfortable in the chamber. And then after going through the hour-and-a-half session, just breathing in and out, find it quite relaxing. They prefer that you do some saturation. Saturation means that they really would like you to get multiple dives in to start the program so that the blood vessels will get enlarged, you absorb the oxygen, and your system gets a chance to adjust. Right away, my first impression, immediate effect, normally I have pressure on the right side of the brain. After 6 dives, that normal pressure that I have was alleviated. This is not the spike pressure I spoke about earlier, where the nail or the lightning strike. This is just a normal day-to-day pressure. My osteoarthritis in my feet and my knees has been alleviated, except for my right knee, which is a pretty persistent problem. Other than that, my arthritis has been alleviated significantly as well. The other thing I noticed is because of my high blood pressure, I have a situation called dry eye, which I'm on medication for. And after the 6 dives, I've noticed that during the day, I don't have to use any over-the-counter medicine. So at night I take my prescription medicine, but during the day I don't have to take any of the over-counter things to alleviate the dry eye situation. So in the first 6 dives, I've noticed some immediate significant changes. So I'm optimistic and I'm anxious to look forward to completing the 40-dive prescribed program. There are benefits for not only brain injury, but PTSD and other medical situations. I'll continue to spread the word.